Hello everyone, welcome to all. Today we will know how to write a science practical for class 9th standard. As science practical carry a 20 marks for your examination, 5 marks for practical record, 5 marks for viva and 10 marks for your internal examination related to practical. So let's start how to write a practical notebook. Before starting, we have to know some rules related to it. If you are going to do practical, you have to follow some rules. Before writing, we have to do that experiments in laboratory. Then we have to write that experiment in your notebook in systematic manner. So this is your science practical notebook. In that you have to do experiments, you have to write that experiment related to physics, chemistry and biology. So today we will discuss the biology experiment related to your science practical. According to that, you have to do other experiments and you have to write that experiment in your practical notebook. So let's start. This is the first page where you have to write your name, roll number, class, your school name and academic year you have to write here. This is your index page where you have to write the experiment name of the experiment you have to write here. You have to write serial number, page number is that it means if you are doing this experiment from page number 1 to 2. So you have to write like that. Here you have to write date of experiment when you have done that experiment. So you have to write that date. Don't copy this date because date may vary. You have to write that date when you have done that experiment. And this is date of submission when you are submitting that experiment or when you are submitting your record or copy to your teacher, that you have to write here. And this is for teacher work. First experiment is experiment to show osmosis by potato. Second one is temporary mount of an onion peel. Third one is temporary mount of human cheek cells. Then taste the presence of starch. Then taste the presence of the adulterant metanyl yellow in dal. So these all are the experiment, 5 experiments I have written here. So you have to write like that. And so this is your first experiment. What is that? Experiment to show osmosis by using potato. And this experiment I have done in my channel. You can go and you can search as osmosis by using potato. You can find out there. So this is that experiment. For that, what we required, material required, a fresh large size potato tuber, means 1 to 2 potato we need, 4 transparent ball, sugar, salt, water, knife, needles. Then we have to write theory. What is the theory? Theory is the part where we have to write something about the experiments related to that. In the process of osmosis, what is osmosis? There takes place diffusion of water from the region of higher concentration of water molecules to the region of their lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane according to the law of diffusion. Means if they are putting two beaker, in one there are high concentration of water and in one there are low concentration of water. So what will happen? And if we are putting there some cells like raisins we can keep, potato we can keep. So they are the plant cell. So there are cell membranes are present. In any cell membrane are present, and cell membrane is a semi-permeable, means they permits to transfer something. So by that what will happen means that will pass, means water will pass from the high concentration of water molecules to the region of their low concentration. So this is the osmosis procedure. What is the process? Take 4 peeled potato halves and squeeze each out to make potato cups. One of these potato cups would be made from a boiled potato. We have to make 4 potato cups. Out of them, one should be from the boiled potato. Put each potato cup in a trough containing water, and water should be in equal amount. Means if we are taking 1 liter of water, 1 milliliter of water, so that should be equal in all the container. Keep a cup empty. Put 1 teaspoon sugar in cup B. Put 1 teaspoon sugar in the boiled potato cup D and 1 teaspoon salt in the cup C. And we have to put that for 2 hours. Then we have to observe 4 potato cups. See, this is the experiment. This is before experiment. Here we have taken 1, 2, 3 and 4 container. In all we have kept 1 milliliter of water. And here this is potato cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is from the boiled potato and all are from the raw potato. These are empty potato cup. We have to put this empty. We have to keep this empty. And in this potato cup, we have to put 1 teaspoon sugar. In C, we have to put 1 teaspoon salt. And here in the boiled potato cup, we have to put 1 teaspoon sugar. So what will happen? Let's see. So this is after experiment. This potato cup A will be empty. But in this B potato cup, water will gather in the space of sugar. Means sugar or water will mix up and water will gather. Here in C, salt and water will mix up and water will gather. But in D potato cup, the water will not gather. Why? Let's see. So this is the observation. Water will gather in hollow portion of B and C cup, but water will not gather in the hollow portion of A and D cups. This is our observation. Then we have to conclude what the conclusion are. Water will gather in hollow portion of B and C due to difference in the concentration of water in trough and in water in cup. Means there is a difference. One is higher concentration of water. See, there is a higher concentration of water and here is the lower concentration of water. So this will go from higher to lower concentration of water. Here this also happened, higher to lower concentration. But why not in that both? See. But water will not gather in the hollow portion of A and D because in A cup there is no difference in the concentration of water flow because nothing is kept. And for osmosis, one concentration should be higher than other. For making any concentration, we have to put something. No, we have to put something solutes or that. But what happens in cup A? There is nothing is kept. That was empty. But in cup D, cells are dead because we have boiled that potato, and after boiling, the cells of that potato is dead. And osmosis does not take place in dead cell because it is dead. There is no cell membrane and no semi-permeability. So osmosis will not happen here. Some precaution we have to follow here. Like water should be equal in each container for doing this experiment, and 1 potato cup should be made from a boiled potato. So what we have done in this experiment, in the white paper we have to draw the structures related to that, first before experiment, then after experiment. Then in the ruled paper what we have to do, in the right hand corner we have to put the date and page number, and we have to put the experiment number. Then we have to write aim of the experiment, then apparatus, then theory, then procedure, then observation, and then conclusion, and then some precaution we have to put. So this is all about the first experiment. Next experiment is second. What is that? Second experiment, to prepare a stained temporary mount of an onion peel. Means we have to prepare one stained mount for an onion peel. What are the apparatus required? An onion, glass slide, wash glass, cover slip, forceps, needles, brush, blade, filter paper, safranin, glycerine, dropper, water, and a compound microscope. Theory, all living organisms are made up of cells, we know. The shape, size, and the number of these units vary in organism. Like some are unicellular, some are multicellular, some are eukaryotes, some are prokaryotes. The three major components of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. In a plant cell, a cell wall surrounds the cell membrane. Procedure, what we have to do, take an onion and remove its outermost peel. Now cut a small part from an inner scale leaf with the help of blade. We have to remove that peel. Separate a thin transparent peel from the convex surface of the scale leaf with the help of forceps. Then keep this peel in a watch glass containing water. Add 2 drops of safranin stain in the watch glass to stain the peel. Take a clean slide and put a drop of glycerine in the center of the slide. With the help of brush and needles, transfer the peel on the slide. Glycerine prevents the peel from drying up. Carefully cover it with a cover slip and avoid any air bubbles from entering into the cover slip. Remove any excessive glycerine with a filter paper. Then observe the prepared mount of the peel under the low and high magnification of a compound microscope. So what we will observe, a large number of rectangular cells are visible, and these cells lie close to each other with intercellular spaces between them. These cells are surrounded by distinct cell walls. These cells have a dark stained nucleus and a large vacuole in the center. Conclusion, plant cells are visible under microscope which are surrounded by distinct cell wall, and these cells have a nucleus and a large vacuole. Some precautions we have to follow, like overstaining and understaining should be avoided. Holding of the peel should be avoided. Clean and dry glass and cover slips should be used. Cover slips should be put carefully to avoiding any bubbles. See, this is your onion. We have take this onion, one onion. From this onion, we have to peel this onion, and we have to put this onion peel. And by the help of forceps, we have to keep this. And what we have to do, we have to put this onion peels in the watch glass containing water. After keeping in the water, we have to add some 2 drops of safranin to stain this. After staining, what we have to do, we have to put some glycerine in that, and whatever the stain, if extra stain is there, so we have to remove by the help of filter paper, and we have to put that in the slice, and by the help of a microscope we can see the structure of onion. So onion cells, as it is look like this. There are the cells, some rectangular cells will be found, nucleus, cytoplasm will be found. Our third experiment is to prepare a stained temporary mount of human cheek cell. First we have done onion for onion, then we have to do for human cheek cell. For this, what apparatus are required? Toothpick, slide, cover slip, filter paper, needles, brush, watch glass, methylene blue, dropper, glycerine, water, and a compound microscope. Theory, all animals are made up of a cell, and cell is the smallest unit of life, and there are 3 basic parts as it is written there: cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. What is absent in the animal cell? That is absent, like cell wall is absent and vacuoles are absent. Procedure, with the help of the flat end of a vast toothpick, generally scrape the inside of your cheek. What is inside of your cheek? Means there is a buccal cavity in which teeth, tongues, salivary glands are present. From there you have to pick some cells from that. So place the scraping in the center of a clean glass slide. After picking that sample, we have to put that on the glass slide, and we have to add a drop of water and a drop of methylene blue. After 1 minute, we have to remove the extra water mixed with the methylene blue by slightly tilting the slides. Means if it is kept there, 1 drop of water and 1 drop of methylene blue. So if water is excess there, so we can, by tilting, we can remove that excess of water. Put a drop of glycerine over the stained scraping and cover it gently with a cover slip. Then remove the excessive glycerine using filter paper. Observe the scrapings under the low and high magnification of a microscope. So what we will observe, many flat, oval or irregular cells are seen. The cell wall is absent in all animal cells. The cell membrane encloses cytoplasm and an oval dense nucleus. Conclusion, means animal cells are also made up of cell that is enclosed with cell membrane, and inside the cell there are cytoplasm and nucleus are present. Precaution, the cheeks should be scraped gently. We should not hardly scrap that things. Like if it is skin, so we have to scrap like that. So this will carry some cells. Overstaining and understanding of the cells should be avoided. Cover slips should be placed carefully, avoiding the entry of air bubbles. A dry and clean glass slides and cover slips should be used. The cheek cells should be sprayed properly to avoid their folding. So what the structure we have to make? See, there is one boy or girl. They are scraping the cheek cells from the buccal cavity by the help of hand. After putting this in the slide, we have to put this with 1 drop of water and 1 drop of methylene blue. Then we have to tilt, means we have to remove the excess of water. Then we have to put a drop of glycerine over this, and we have to cover this with the cover slip. And we have to remove excess of solution from here. So after that, we have to observe this slide into microscope. Then we will observe the cells like that. Nucleus, cytoplasm present. So cheek cells as seen under the microscope. So this you have all to do in your laboratory, how this looks. Fourth experiment is to test the presence of starch in the given food sample. We know that we take carbohydrate in our diet. So carbohydrate contains starch, so we have to test that. So starch is present in food sample. For that we require test tube stand, dropper, given food sample, iodine solution. Theory, we have to write something about like what is carbohydrate, glucose, starch, and iodine. Carbohydrate are energy giving food that contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Glucose is simplest form of carbohydrate like C6H12O6. It instantly gives energy on oxidation during respiration. Starch are long chain of glucose, forms starch like rice, potato. Iodine is a halogen brown colored liquid solution present in lab used for starch test. Means when we are mixing iodine with the starch, it will give blue-black color. Procedure, take a clean test tube and add a little given food sample and water in it. Then add few drops of iodine solution in the given food sample. Then check the contents of the test tube, then observe the changes in color. What we will observe, the color of the given food sample changes to blue-black on adding iodine solution to it. Conclusion, the given sample of food contains starch only if iodine changes its color to blue-black. If it is not changing, means there is no presence of starch. Given food sample plus iodine solution gives blue-black color. Precaution, use clean and dry test tubes. Use chemicals judiciously, do not waste unnecessarily. So this is the experiment to test the presence of starch. 3 test tubes are kept here. In that food sample, you can keep rice, potato, anything which contains starch. So what we have to do, in second step, we have to put some iodine drops by the help of dropper. So the color of iodine drops looks like a brown color. When it goes to the food sample of white color, potato is white color. So when it goes to this sample, what will happen? The food sample will turn into blue-black color. And this is the test for the starch. Next experiment is fifth one. Aim of the experiment to test the presence of adulterant metanyl yellow in dal. Means to find out the impurity in dal. Means we see that where dal is looking very much yellow. Why? Due to some adulteration are used there. So this is the experiment related to that. What the materials and chemicals are required? Test tubes, test tube holder, test tube stand, dropper, any yellow dal you can choose like arhar, mung, corn, HCl. Theory, metanyl yellow is a yellow color dye generally used for coloring food material. For example, starch when dyed with metanyl yellow looks like turmeric. So poor quality dal when dyed with metanyl yellow looks superior quality dal, and we buy that. Procedure, take any yellow dal in a test tube in powdered form. Then add 2 to 3 ml of water and shake well. Then add 2 to 3 drops of concentrated HCl in the test tube. Shake the contents and record your observation. What will you observe? A pink color solution appear in the test tube. See, this is the test the presence of the adulterant metanyl yellow in dal. This is 3 beakers are kept here. Dal solution means the dal powder or some water are kept. So this is yellow in color. After when we are adding concentrated HCl solution, what will happen? This will turn into pink solution. If there are some impurities in that, so this will turn pink. After observation, we have to write conclusion. The given sample of dal contains metanyl yellow adulteration. Precaution, use clean and dry test tubes, handle concentrated HCl carefully, and use chemical judiciously, do not waste unnecessarily. I have done today 5th experiment related to your syllabus of class 9th standard. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please share with your friends and like. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.